Greetings, crafters, and welcome to episode 153 of Better Than Wolves with T-Kush35. As you can see here, we've brought in the cameraman again today, and we're going to do that to start off for some more level building. I have acquired enough resources for 10, count 'em, 10 more levels for this bad boy, so we're going to do some speed time for me building this, and then we'll get into the meat of the episode. So without further ado, ready, start your engines! I totally meant to do that. Completely intentional. Nothing to worry about here. Definitely meant to dive bomb off there. Yes, sirree. No lying here. I am completely innocent of giving you crap. And you get the picture from here. I'm just going to finish off camera because this is taking longer than I thought, and I don't have as much time to play right now as I thought. So I will finish this, and then we'll be back for the rest of the episode. Toodles! And we're back. So as you can see, we have 10 more levels total for this tower, which is getting freaking enormous. And for the rest of this episode, I'm thinking we're going to do some messing around with screw pumps and the like. So I have some materials set aside here, including this iron, which I might or might not use. We'll see. I definitely need those ladders. Let me just gather up all this material that I had set aside. So for the screw pump, let's first take a look at the recipe and go over its use case. So the screw pump is the only way of getting water higher than its spawn point. Using mechanical power, it pushes up. If you have a water input, a water source block here, and this is your screw pump, it pushes it up on top of this block here using mechanical power. So I'm going to make as many as I can with the materials that I have. And we'll see how far we can go with that. So the first part you need is a screw, which I can apparently make 10 of with the current iron. Now this is a huge iron sink, but it'll be fun to make, and I'll eventually get use out of it for all of the buildings that I hope to have above ground, rather than having to build below the water. The end goal of this is to get a water source high enough to water these plants vertically. Now, could I have simply dug down and gotten all of them watered that way? Yes. Could I have a huge manual farm for melons? Yes, but I still want to try to automate this as much as possible. And that's why we're going this route. Is it expensive? Is it going to take a while? You betcha. But it will hopefully be cool and fun and dandy in the end. So the next thing I'll need is a bunch of grates, which are using this bad boy for a recipe. And then finally we can put together the whole screw pump, which takes glue, grates, screw pump, and then siding, and gears. And that is screw pump. So I have 10 of them, which means I'm only going to be able to go up 10 levels, which means I'm not going to be finishing this in the slightest, because I have to go up 15 blocks just to make it to the bottom of the first one. But I do have some more iron present, and hopefully this mob tower will start kicking in, and that'll be grand. But with all of that in mind, let's go ahead and select a position for this screw pump setup. I kind of want to keep it in a chunk, sort of keep my buildings separated or organized in chunks. So what I'm looking at is this chunk right here, because then I can just bring the water right over there. Now, if I recall correctly, what I did in my test world to make sure that this all works is I selected the spot that I wanted to bring the water to and squared off of that, but in this case it really doesn't matter because I'm going to use this everywhere. So, what's going to look best? I don't even know at this point, because let's be honest, looks are not going to be the pinnacle of a base surrounding this mob tower monstrosity here. But let's go ahead anyway. So we start like this. Boop. So as you can see, it's facing the opposite way. Yeah, okay, so this is the input for the water, and then this will be the output. So what we can do here is place a block here, and then surround it like this, and this will guide the water in this setup. Excuse me, had to sneeze. Will guide the water this direction, and it won't double back on itself. However, I actually want the water to go this way, because I have a way of sort of organizing this so that it's all uniform. And what these need power from is the bottom, so I will have to dig out below here to get power to them, but that is fine. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and replace all of this with stone, and then I'll be back. Okay, and that'll do it. So, what the general approach for this particular water tower that I designed is that it's going off of a central pillar in the middle of gearboxes, which provide power to the screw pumps surrounding it, going around in a 5x5, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it should be approximately a 5x5 footprint here. 7x7 if you count some of the side blocks blocking the water. So what that means is that this bad boy here is going to get powered from below, which means if we come on down here into the gloom, yeah, bad idea. Since these water sources can come back, I'm going to go ahead and just drain it for now. Yeah, and then I can get in there, do the thing, and get back out. Okay, so here's that, and then the gearbox power will be coming from this direction, which means I need a gearbox facing downward right here, which will be super easy to do once I get out of here. And of course, in setting all of that up as stone, I made getting out of here a little more difficult. But I'll just go like that, and that'll be fine. Alright, cool, and I can just revitalize the stone later. Okay, so there is that. Now, turning that's going to be difficult because I have that axle in there. So let's go ahead and get rid of it quick. This is just going wonderfully. I'm so organized. Okay. Peckish. Peckish, you say? Where's my food? On my hotbar already. Good job. Alright. That's the screw pump gearbox. And then we can use the good old whack-a-mole, because the power will be coming from down below, I believe. I can always turn this later if not. Okay, so there's the first bit. Wunderbar. We can go ahead and hide that because that's not necessary anymore. Then we want the water flow to head this way. And we want a block in between. Oh, this is where I'm going to want full blocks or glass or something. Yeah, I want it... Man, there's going to be a lot of jungle wood styles going on here because that's the easiest one to harvest lots of. My test world is all made out of glass, and I like that, but obviously that's not a very easy resource to come by here. I could make it out of stone. I shouldn't have to worry about mob spawns. And stone can be stylized. We'll get a wood/stone look. Yeah, that'll be fine. We'll just go with that. Okay, so one block, and then you need your next screw pump, which in this case I'm going to have looking that way. So let's go ahead and get some of these other items off of my hotbar. There we go. And then we have screw pump with input here. Surround this like so. And then we want to surround this bad boy. Oops. So the... that's going to be difficult when I'm making this. So that the water is guided this way. So with power provided to both of these, we would be able to have water be at this level now. Now let's see. This needs to go down 2 and then have a gearbox pulling power from that direction, which this is all going to be much more difficult, at least at first. Let's see here. If I can get rid of the water around this so I can see, that would be great. Move. Alright, so there's sand. And we want that over there. Yeah, once I get above ground, this should become a little bit easier. Yeah, let's... I don't really want to reset all of that I did down there. Okay, fine. So we'll come back here. Set some water blocks. Water blocking blocks? And I'll fix it all in a hot minute. Or fill it back in. Either way. Okay, so gearbox this way and there. Ta-da! And then let's backfill this all. Yep, just gonna do that. Okay. Put the smooth stone back there and there. And if I had this all powered, these two would now be powered. Ta-da. Another difficulty is going to be putting the gearboxes. Really, this entire build is much more difficult when you are doing it in survival mode. Shocking. But like I keep saying, once I get vertical, that should make it a little bit easier. So let's do a gearbox, and with that, I want to be able to turn this, which I'm going to need to get rid of this, and then have a way to put it back. There's that part, at least. I guess if I... Nope, misclicking. Misclicking fiend. And then I can connect that, and then just put that back. Put that thing back where it came from, so help me. Okay, so this goes this way. This goes here. And I think I will keep an eye on how much time I'm using here, but I'm quite certain I won't go through this whole build on camera because that would get tedious. And it'll just be this is what I got up to last time sort of deal. Okay, so this is heading this way. Ta-da! And then it needs power from, shocker, this gearbox. Now if I boop, is that correct? Yeah, it is. Cool. So then that goes there. So this has a gearbox every other, so that it can power those surrounding, and every single side gearbox, corner gearbox actually, goes double into a screw pump. So for example, if I hike all the way up here, ta-da, that's where that one goes. And then the pattern continues around and around and around we go. Always making sure that you stop the water from doubling back on itself, because that is not helpful. And obviously, once I am too high up, that particular method won't work anymore. So this will make a cool little sluice sort of style thing. Actually, here's what I can do. Ta-da! Okay, cool. That'll work nicely. And then I need a gearbox on here. And then, ouch. Then I gotta turn it. Then we can bring it over here. And we can hike back up there. There's definitely going to be a lot of jumping on here, which is going to make food supplies strained. But that will be fine. It will be all figured out eventually. So then, as you can see, there's going to be 3 screws to each side, or screw pumps to each side. It only takes 1 screw pump per level to get the water moving, and its general horizontal footprint is fairly low, which is nice. Just a lot of back and forth. Very simple, but relatively repetitive, and quite resource intensive. So I think from there, whoops, I will be back once I am done putting my current screw pumps into use. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so with that, I should have this currently, I'm out of screw pumps, and I should have this all powered up, or connected up to be powered. We can obviously very quickly run a test for that. So let's go ahead and pretend that we would have a screw pump here. And that should be good to go. So let's go get, let's see, I think I need a new water wheel. I don't know if I have quite enough stuff for that. Also, I'm going to want a basement to access down there pretty quick. Do I have power down there? No. Is it cheaper to try to hook into this water wheel over here? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, it would use less glue, and wooden rope is obviously a lot easier to come by than glue. So, oh, lighting glitch over here. That's weird. Very weird. Okay, yeah, so it's gonna be somewhere over here. Got my sluice. I think I could bring some power from this. Okay, well, I'm going to dig the tunnel and get power over that direction, and then I will be back. So I actually dug and nearly perfectly lined it up without even trying. We are going to be one block off here, which is fine. We'll figure that out later. Or by later, I mean in a hot moment. For now, I'm just excited that my digging just went straight to where it needed to be. 1, 2, 3, yeah, so 2, 3, and you. Oh, not even right to be around the corner. So, gearbox, you, gearbox, 1, no. I think my diversion has to be right here. Okay, so that'll be from down this way. And then, yeah, I gotta go down the extra one. Bring it from there. Bring it from, ooh, coal. One moment while I take care of this deposit here. Alright, there we go. Okay. And then this comes from up, and boop, and boop. And then it's lined up. Perfect. So then I also want to kind of fill this in just in case. So then 1, 2, 3. Ah, nuts. That's alright. We're so close. And, ooh, definitely don't want that torch right there. Don't really want it right there either. Is it safe if I put it back in that corner? Maybe. Maybe. But let's hook that gearbox up and then quick run upstairs to see if we can watch the water coming through. Hoping that I got everything lined up correctly. Oh yeah, here comes the power. And oop, yeah, the water's already coming. Look at that. See, the water's going up and up and up and up. Apparently I didn't power that one. Oh, yeah. I missed one axle. But now we can watch it. See, it slowly builds up. It's a really cool animation. The fact that it's got to, like, build up enough water pool to go vertical. Then we're all the way up here. Ta-da! And just like that, we are not even close enough to water any of these. So I will be needing lots more iron. Speaking of which, let's wrap up the episode here by going to take a look at the mob drops. And actually, I'm going to grab a candle quick, because we're going to go put a candle back where that torch was, so we can be super safe about lighting that area up. Definitely don't want all of that to go in flames. Let's meander on over this way with some amount of haste. I don't want my stuff burning down. Just kind of making my way over this way. I'm just gonna leave that torch there. Perfect. That is perfect. So exciting. Definitely need some XP storage. That might be the next big adventure that we have to go on here. We have some drops. Oh yeah, look at all those bones. Look at all those not potions. Not surprising, because I'm not supposed to have that from this. Uh-huh. Aww. No iron drops yet. I did have some other iron drops from between the last two episodes, so that was nice. Also, just in case anyone was wondering, yes, this is all hooked up. So, most unfortunate, no iron drops yet. It means I'm going to have to either manually get some iron or, you know, just play some more off camera or what have you. But the great thing is, being near spawn, this will remain loaded and killing mobs whilst I am out and about. So that'll be grand. Maybe that's just the next episode, is going on a hunt for another jungle. Trying to find a temple with a vessel of the dragon. That'd be pretty exciting. Nice change up. Yeah, why not? So that'll be it for this episode. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.